I usually teach a more evergreen strategy for starting and scaling a video production company that I think works pretty much in any environment and in any year. But in the last 15 years that I've been doing this, there's been some periods where I've seen exponential growth because of what's happening with either technology or economy or kind of the state of the world. So I think we're in one of those places. So I wanted to make this as a little bit of a different video to show you how to take advantage of some things that could exponentially grow any video production company or business. Now, the normal method that I usually talk about, which I will cover in upcoming videos all the time, is sort of straightforward, right? I teach everyone that if you either went to film school or if you're gonna self-educate yourself, start working as a freelancer and work for a video production company if you don't want to work for yourself for a while. And this could be as a DP, as a videographer, as an editor, and even a director and producer. You could freelance as one of those things. And then after you feel comfortable with that, I always recommend learning digital marketing, digital advertising, and just running a small business, all the things that go into it. And then when you feel comfortable with that, you start your own one-person video production company. And then you learn from what you've learned in the world of marketing to scale that video production company, right? So that's what I typically teach. And I think that works regardless of what year you're watching this video, right? It's been the same basically for the last 15 years. Now, digital marketing has changed over time, but the basic format, the framework is the same. But what's different about this video is not all the time you could exponentially grow your video production business or any business. It's kind of more a linear path. It does get exponential over time, but I'm talking about from what I've seen in the last 15 years. I've seen people that had a $40,000 a year job and they were making 7 figures the next year. I've seen small video production companies that were making $1 million, $1.2 million, get to close to 10 million the following year, based on some of these things that happened in the last 15, 20 years or so. And I think we're in one of those positions right now. So the first thing that I know from personal experience that created exponential growth, and it still works to some extent to this day, was basically when Google enabled the ability to learn search engine optimization, and then people use search engine optimization to get their website to show up on top of Google. Now, the people that did this early on, and I'm talking about in the mid 2000s, maybe early 2000s, their video production company exponentially grew. And I mean, they went from making low 6 figures to making 7 figures because a lot of people started hiring people and hiring services using Google then. Now, I did this and it exponentially grew my video production company. So I went from about making $50,000 a year to $250,000 a year. This is back in like 2012 using this method, but I was far too late to the game. People were doing this 6, 7 years before I figured out that this is a method to use. And to this day, you could use the method, but you're not going to get that kind of return. It's going to be good return if you figure out how to do this correctly. But the reason why I'm leaving this in the past and I kind of want to talk to you where we are now is because I think the exponential potential for this kind of thing has passed. I do still recommend it though. The second thing that I've seen happened in around 2008 or so, and that's when new cameras changed the landscape and the technology sort of changed. So we got HD quality at 1080p format, and then the Red 1 came out introducing 4K. Now, at the time, I usually don't recommend gear to use to scale a video production company, but at the time, we finally had tools that let us compete with people shooting on film. So the $300,000, $400,000 spots that were being shot on TV, before the introduction of these cameras, we couldn't compete with, right? Nothing we shot with a Panasonic DVX was ever gonna look like that, no matter how you were doing the lighting or color correction. But with the introduction of those cameras, you really put small video production companies on the map. And then we were able to start competing with some of the bigger people. Now, at this time, I was working at a freelancer with other video production company, but I saw the exponential growth that they went through because now they started getting clients and started work for big agency And in Chicago, I saw big agencies started dropping some of the old school video production companies they were using, because now up and coming video production companies could compete in the same world of making six-figure commercials, TV spots at that time. Then the third thing, which I really am upset to this day that I did not see it coming, was back in the early 2010. And that's when YouTube and Facebook really took off, and every business tried to figure out social media marketing. Now, I'm talking about every business. Even film studios were trying to figure out how to get people to go see a movie using social media. The only problem was, me included, and pretty much everyone I knew at that time, we were chasing TV. So we were thinking social media, YouTube, Facebook, that's a joke. We're well overqualified to be making videos for these social platforms. And then with the rise of Instagram and just being content being viewed on the phone, I remember everyone thinking like, why am I gonna do this? And this kept going when it became vertical videos. Everyone stayed away from even touching vertical videos, because why would you do that? The 16:9 format is what we're gonna shoot. We're filmmakers, we're not gonna make vertical videos. So at that point, I saw some clients that we had and some clients that I was working with through other video production companies. They were dumping a ton of money, 6 figures on some live Facebook live shoots, for example, that we were working on. And they had no idea how to even measure the return on investment, and they were just dumping money into it. So the companies at that time, which one or two I know of to this day that really took off and had a massive growth, was because they said, okay, this is kind of the paradigm shift in what's happening in video production. Let me embrace it, and I'm going to become the king of social media video marketing, rather than, no, I'm the TV spot guy. No, I'm the TV show guy. No, I'm the film guy. Social media is dumb. I'm not going to pursue it. And 10 years later, now looking back, I was like, man, I'm one of those guys. I just refused to learn social media marketing. I refused to learn Facebook. I refused to even post to YouTube. Right? I didn't have my big YouTube channel. It started back in 2017. This is one of my 6 YouTube channels, this filmmaking channel. But I started really taking YouTube seriously, even as a content creation platform. And if I had done it back in 2010, which I think how old this channel is, but I never uploaded to it till last year pretty much, I would have been further even with my YouTube business, right? So I really wish some of this I figured out earlier. Okay, so those are the 3 examples that I've seen in 15 years that totally changed things. And the few people that took advantage of it had exponential growth with their video business. But where are we now? The point of me making this video is because I think right now we are in the very early stages of the 4th kind of paradigm shift that I think is going to change the landscape for video production and for freelancers too that work in the world of video, directors and creators. So what is that? Well, I'm gonna just mention this and you could do your own research, and I've created other videos on my other tech channel about this. But basically, right now with the technology of blockchain, right, that's what cryptocurrency is tied to, and the emergence of NFTs, which are digital collectibles, one-of-a-kind digital collectibles, our profession is really at a point to make a massive impact in this new industry. Now, I don't know exactly how to do that yet. The point of this video is so you basically start thinking about, wait a minute, can I use blockchain somehow and tie it to video production where I could offer a new service that doesn't exist? Now, the whole point of this video, exponential growth, right? Linear growth happens typically with you do marketing, word of mouth, you get clients, you get more clients, right? This is not that. This is you're doing the same thing. You figure out a new thing in a whole new market that no one is touching, and then you exponentially grow and go through the roof, right? With NFTs, a lot of us are creators. I know Adobe Premiere. I know Adobe After Effects. I know Adobe Photoshop inside and out, right? I know how to take great photos, great videos. So if I learn NFTs, which I'm trying all the time, and I spend a little bit of time every single week on it to try to figure out, hey, is there something here where I could combine my skills and then get into the world of NFTs? Is there something with blockchain technology where I could basically make some kind of smart contract and tie it into my video production business to get recurring revenue. So that is what's happening right now. And it's far too early for me to tell you. I mean, I remember 2010s with Facebook and really started doing Facebook ads and things like that. It was incredible, but no one was really getting the potential. We were all laughing at this thing. And we're all laughing at NFTs and blockchain right now, maybe. But if we could figure out how to combine what we know in our video business and our video skills with this new world, I think this could be the next exponential growth. And I know most people are never going to figure this out, but I hopefully by making this video help you a little bit think about this and do a little bit of research to see if this is something that could even interest you or something you want to learn more about. So hopefully you found this video useful. Again, I post more traditional videos of scaling a video production company as well as filmmaking techniques on this channel every single week. So please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.